Okay, so the first segment is how to link Pharmanex solution to using the DNA. Okay, so I have to assume everyone here who log in today, right, already know the nature with nurture concept. This is important, right? The nature concept, like what's nature, what's nurture, and then that solution, the whole so-called idea, right? Okay, so this is the part where I will put it at the back. This deck I'm going to share is actually at the back of the nature with nurture. So when you present to your the DNA customers, right, they must have already know about this nature with nurture, either through a workshop that we conducted, they attended, so they already know the concept, right? Or if it's preferred by friends, right? Okay, it's good to ask them to watch the recording. Okay, to watch you all know I have a 30 minute, 32-minute recording. Ask them to watch, right? So that they know what's the whole concept. Then you can bring in the Pharmanex part, man. You can tee out the Pharmanex. Then of course, for okay, so back to this deck. Okay, so when do I show this deck? Okay, this deck is at the point of delivery or test kit. Sometimes if no chance, right, during the delivery or test kit, right, we do it during the review of the report. But you must always try your best to do it during the delivery of the test kit. Okay, yeah. So if the person never attend my workshop, never watch the video, the Zoom recording, right, you all must also do a presentation of nature in nurture. Okay, yeah. Okay, so okay, give you all some tips. For me right nowadays, if I see this person a bit like quite IT savvy. Don't need to be IT savvy. Means like go do online shopping that the young people. Okay. If you ask me, I never even wait for them to register the kid, create account. I just collect the saliva. I pass them the card, right? I say, hey, later when I leave, you can you open an account and follow the instruction to open an account and then do a lifestyle survey. Yeah. So if not, right, I will only hang around to let them open the account and then up to the point where the account created, okay, then the lifestyle question they do themselves, so that to free myself more time, okay, to share with them our Pharmanex solution, because we do nature and nurture is for Pharmanex solution eventually, right? So just to give you some tip lah, okay, yeah. So when the person know nature with nurture, right, they will know how good Pharmanex is, right? So sometimes I will ask them, so what do you think of Pharmanex technology? Yeah, what do you think of this company that come with this technology? Yeah, yeah. Say this company. I tell you, the answer is obvious one. I'm asking an obvious question. They say, oh yeah, very good. What? So they, yeah, this that I've never heard before. Things like that. It's very good to know your antioxidant level. Okay, the usual reply. Okay. Then of course, I say this company actually, they started off, okay, as a supplement. But they started off with supplements, but pharmaceutical grade. Later I'll share with you what is pharmaceutical grade supplements. I'll tell the prospect. Okay, so we do have solutions. Okay, because they want to be different from the other supplements, right? Because no other company has a way to prove whether the product you take, you've been taking, right, is being absorbed by the body. Okay, or we call bioavailable, right? So I also stress that this is not to mention you got take Pharmanex product. I mean, if you take a very good product outside which is bioavailable, you got absorbed. If you take an antioxidant product, right? Okay, it should be reflected in the device, right? It should be then you should be absorbed by your body and shown on the device. Yeah. So then I'll say, so I will share. Then I will start. Then this is where I'll go into the deck. Okay, I'll go into the deck and share. Okay, so let me give you some background about our Pharmanex unique solutions. Okay, that's where some of the leaders here already know how to use this deck already. So I made some updates to this deck. So let me share the deck now. So that's how I start. That's how I start the deck. Okay, and of course, when we deliver test kit, I also assume that you all have done your S3 scan also. So this is done after the S3 scan.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
this is in already.
yeah.
Okay. So this is done after the S3 scanning and of course the Omron. Okay, I also ask you to stand on the Omron, right? Yeah, because that's where after they scan, we are given solution. So this deck is to let them see how unique we are, Pharmanex solution, right? On a general picture, on a general view. Okay, so I'm gonna share this deck now. So I'll send you all this deck after my training today, so you all can start using it. Can you see, Sarah?
Yeah, can.
That's wait. Wait, I got some problem with my. Am I still on the screen
You are on the screen.
with the slide?
Yeah, but your slide is the screen one, not the.
Okay, okay. Yeah, my things are okay. Anyway, okay. So I'll start with this slide. The Pharmanex slide. I said, okay, why Pharmanex unique? It's a unique solution because yeah, I mean we are there's so many supplements company in the world, right? But Pharmanex actually has this unique solution where we do our supplement, especially about more than 10 years ago, right, we started introducing gene technology. Okay, so we launched our range of nutrigenomics products. That means at the genetic level, at the gene expression level. Yeah, so we use things like gene chip here. You can see here, right, to develop our products. Okay, this series of products in Pharmanex is called Ageloc. So in Pharmanex, right, when you see Ageloc, right, this branding means that this particular product, right, has got genetic technology. Okay, we call it epigenetics. Okay, so what is gene expression? Okay, our gene don't change, but the way our gene communicate is gene expression. Okay, so it can express in the right way or can express in the wrong way, right? So you can see on the this here this photo here, right? Yeah, so you the same gene, but you have different expression. You can have different outcome. Okay, in terms of your health, in terms of your physical looks also, right? Yeah, and then this so-called nutrigenomic range I started because of a exclusive partnership with this technology with this company called Ligegen. Okay, if you all can see here I downplay the part about new skin. If the person, because for GNDA, right, a lot of them don't know it's new skin. Okay, but if the person somehow already know you're from new skin or whatever this is where you can tee up new skin. You say, oh, actually new skin acquired this Ligegen technology. You can see, right, 2011, right? They even have a government grant. You can see here, right? Oh, they even got a government grant for NIA. So no, that means this company quite legit, okay, to get a government grant, right? Yeah. So because DNA root, right, is to delink from new schema. So you see, I never highlight. I only highlight who is Ligegen. You can see here, right? So I'll read out to them. Yeah. So it's an exclusive partnership with Ligegen, okay, Pharmanex and Ligegen, right? Ligegen is a US company for Wisconsin. It's a genomics company that focuses on gene expression profiling, okay, aging process, and their mission is to discover the genetic basis of aging process with the goal of increasing healthy lifespan of humans and animals. Yeah. So they do a lot of research and lots of publication in very, very so-called prestigious journals, okay, like Aging Cell and of course Science, right? One of the highest impact factor journals in the world. Okay, so this is Ligegen. And because of this exclusive partnership, right? Okay, in 2012, okay, 2012, they were both of them, both Pharmanex and Ligegen was actually uh, featured in a Discovery Channel feature about DNA science. Okay, it's called DNA: The Next Wave. So basically, they gather all the pioneers and the so-called the experts in the DNA field to do a documentary. Okay, so I'm going to show you a short excerpt. Okay, where you know Ligegen they interview our Ligegen scientists and our Pharmanex scientists.
What we're trying to do at LifeGen is to identify nutrients that have this ability of caloric restriction to change the activity of genes in a way that will slow down the aging process. So individual nutrients may have on their own mild effects, but when combined, we hope to find mixtures of nutrients that are going to have a much stronger effect.
I like to think that one day all of us can actually die healthy.
Okay, so because during Zoom I cannot talk because I talk you all can't hear me. So when I'm playing the video, right, I will talk to the customer so that they won't straight off. So at the in the first 2 seconds you can see, right, so the guy mentioned Ligegen. The guy is Thomas Paulas is a scientist from Ligegen. Then you mentioned after you start to show the research paper, right, with Pharmanex and Ageloc. So it's very powerful because before that you already say Pharmanex and Ageloc. And then they saw this a Discovery Channel feature, so it's very powerful. Then after that, Dr. Joe ended, it was ended with Dr. Joe, right? Then we also briefly summarize what they heard in the thing. Say, we don't, Ligegen and Pharmanex, we don't believe in a single nutrient approach. Okay, we always believe in a combination of nutrients for synergistic effect. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what this 20 second is. So this is a 40-minute documentary, as all you all know. Okay. Also, so I put this flow like this, right? It's very powerful because you say live gen. After that, wow, this Discovery Channel feature.
What we're trying to do at Life
This
Gen
live gen, and then you
is
see
to
Pharmanex. So
identify
it's that already
nutrients
set the
that have
tone to the
this.
customer that wow, they never see such a product before. Okay, so there I reminded, I say just now I mentioned, right, Pharmanex is started off from day one as a pharmaceutical grade supplement, right? Because there's so many supplements in the market, they believe that supplement should be treated like a drug. Okay, I mean in the manufacturing process so that it's safe. Okay, because natural doesn't mean it's safe. Okay, so supplements is we use food, right, and natural, right, but doesn't mean it's safe. So in fact, there's not many pharmaceutical grade supplements in the world. Okay, so Pharmanex has got this patented 6S process. Okay, so I'll read out to them, right? Step one: selection, sourcing, specification, standardization, safety, and substantiation. So I will focus on only the last two steps. Okay, so we say, so for example, right, in a drug manufacturing, before the drug is being released, right? Okay, before the drug is approved by FDA to be used by human, I mean by consumers, right? Okay, it has to have these two tests done: safety and substantiation. Okay, when you are supplements, actually you don't even have to go through any of the 6 steps. Okay, but we not only did the all these steps, right? Especially we do the last 2 steps, right? It's like we treat it like a drug. It's like a drug release, okay, because drug definitely have to be proven to be safe, because the side effects don't say how drugs will come with side effect, but generally safe for consumption. Okay. Then of course, substantiation means we are able to prove our claim. So you see, safety studies very important, right? That means before the product reach your hand, the company already conduct extensive safety studies. So it's definitely safe for consumption. And more importantly, right? Okay, any claim that we say the product can do, right? We also did our clinical studies to substantiate the product efficacy with our clinical studies, which is done by ourselves. Okay. Yeah. So then then this is a part I will say, right? You see some supplements, sometimes they claim that they have clinical studies. Okay. Basically, right, it's just sometimes based on scientific evidence, based on clinical study. I can tell you, right, okay, it's basically most of the time is like they actually quote studies done on the ingredient that their particular product have lah. That means like in the label they have this ingredient. Oh, then this ingredient got scientific studies. If like this, I tell you, every product also got scientific studies. Correct or not? They can easily take out ingredient and then find a studies pertaining to the ingredient, but it's not done by the scientists themselves. Okay, so when we tell people that we have scientific studies, right? Okay, it's like I will tell my customers, say, okay, we conduct the studies on ourselves and on the exact ingredient blend of the product that you're using. Okay, correct or not? So we are not like, sometimes when they quote one ingredient, it's like that ingredient only, but the product that you bought from them got a few ingredients. Then how? Then are you using the same so-called the weightage of the ingredient? No, right? Yeah. So and then those who attended our Dr. Joe session, right? On, is it Friday? Can't remember. On Monday, sorry. Okay, on Monday, right? You heard, right? You know why a lot of companies don't conduct clinical studies? Because very expensive. Okay, just now that day, I also learned something new from Dr. Joe. 100,000. Those who were at Dr. Joe's session, right? 100,000 to do a clinical study. We do more than 100 studies easily. So that's how many tens of millions, right? That our company put into the clinical studies, right? Yeah. So and I can tell you, a lot of time when other direct sales, they tell me, oh, my one also got clinical study. Then when I ask them to provide me with one, they can't. Okay. The only company that I know, okay, do have clinical study, which I can find on the internet, right? Okay, peer review one, is USANA. Other than that, no other MLM company are able to give me a so-called a peer review clinical that is done by their own scientists. Okay, yeah, you all can. So to me, talk is cheap lah. Dr. Joe say, right, that day we don't talk science, we do science. A lot of companies out there, other direct sales, right, they will say everything they can. Okay, they will say this product can do this, can do that. They say they conduct extensive clinical studies, blah blah blah. But I can tell you, they can't prove it. Okay, the best thing about New Skin on Pharmanex is we can prove. Okay, so this is where so I said we conduct hundreds of clinical studies, right? Then I will show. Okay, for example, I'll show you two. Okay, so this is an example of a preclinical. Okay, so a preclinical on one of our product called Wispan. Okay, so you can see all the ingredient blend here, right? For those who are familiar with Wispan, these are the Wispan ingredient blend. Okay, more importantly, so this one they proved that a micro ingredient micronutrient blend mimics calorie restriction. Okay, and then extend lifespan and mobility of C. elegans. Okay, this is on mice and C. elegans. C. elegans is like worms. So they do with preclinical always is done on animal first to make sure that it's safe, and then after they go into clinicals for humans. Okay, so more importantly, right, you see, like I mentioned, right, I show them, you see, this clinical is done by who? Pharmanex. We do our own research on our own ingredient blend. We don't quote other scientists. Okay, and then do you see another familiar name? Ligen. So this is also done with Ligen together, this research. And we are filed in this thing called the National Library of Medicine, which is under NIH. Later I'll share a little bit more why is it. Okay, so only National Library of Medicine, right, only so-called curate legitimate, credible, peer-reviewed journals. Okay, there's a lot of journals because some scientists, right, sometimes they do studies, but they do studies as a form of a record of their what they are doing, but it may not get published on it, or it may not get published in peer-reviewed journal, or some journals are also not so credible and respectable Or so National Library of Medicine only curate those legit ones. Okay, because it's under government Okay, yeah, so that's how I tee up this one. Later I'll show you there's a part where to tell more about National Library. Okay. Then of course the same product, right? Because without preclinical side, we also can do we can do human clinicals. So this is a human clinical, see? Supplementation, okay. This is to increase the brain health, like neuroenergetics. Okay, this is human beings. So in the US, right, you cannot just get people to do a clinical research, right? You have to prove to FDA that you did your preclinical and it's safe and it's beneficial for mankind, then you can go and do a clinicals on human. Same thing, this research also published, okay, also and then curated by National Library of Medicine. You can see on top. Actually, I got this idea to put this in from one of Andre's clients. Okay, for those who do DNA, you all remember, right? Under the genetic location where you click, right, you can see all the scientific studies, right? Genome Plan only quote all the studies that is curated in National Library of Medicine. All their studies that they quote in the report are all National Library of Medicine. So there was once I did a review for Andre's customer, right? Then this customer said, wow, I like to read National Library curated articles. I said, wow, where got no people read this kind of articles? So it gives me the idea, people will be impressed when they know that our product okay, has got clinical studies and then curated by National Library. So I decided to add this into this Pharmanex deck. Okay, yeah, so same thing done by Pharmanex, okay, and some in University of Utah and a research lab, okay, mental illness research lab, okay. So why is it so credible and important to be found on National Library of Medicine? So you can see here, right? National NLM, okay, is a leader in research in biomedical informatics, and it's the world's largest biomedical library, okay, and it's part of the NIH. So it's a government agency, okay, which means, right, they only curate legitimate, credible clinicals. So when you do this, right, you let your prospect know that, wow, Pharmanex are really, well, never heard before that got such a supplement at these levels. So more or less, because our product not cheap, so they have to know. You see, it's like BMW, Mercedes, right? They did so many years of branding. I'm sure when they first come out, also nobody heard about that, but did so many years of branding. So when you go into a BMW website, go to a BMW shop, right? You will not go and ask about the price. You will not be surprised. Hey, why so much? Wow, why cost this price? You're already willing to buy already, right? So all this, right, is to do this part about to let the customer see the value in your product. It means it's not the usual supplement, because they like to compare our supplement to the usual supplement they are taking, right? Our product could be 3 times, 2 times more than what they are using, right? So this deck, right, will actually tee up our quality, okay? Yeah. So like for example, I would say, so does the product that you're taking got any clinicals done, okay, to prove the efficacy, to prove their claims, and are they safe? Okay, is it filed? Do they have clinicals filed in? If they have, are they filed under National Library of Medicine? Okay. Then this one I'll show you all should know, right, the so-called PDR video. I said because of all these extensive so clinicals done, right, we are able to be listed in this we call it the Vision Desk reference. Okay, so I'll play them.
This publication has been trusted for years by medical professionals worldwide. Physician's Desk Reference is an authoritative source about prescription drugs to help improve health. Pharmanex is honored to be...
Okay, so you all should all know this video, so I skip. Okay, so this is, then I'll tell them, okay, so this is how the physical copy of the Vision Desk Reference looks like. It's like an encyclopedia. This is a 2017 version. Okay, so you can see here, right, it's a trusted drug reference for more than 70 years, coming to 80 years already. So you can see our Pharmanex product, you can see, right, Pharmanex listed in this drug reference, okay? So So what is PDL? Okay, so they are around since 1947. These are take from the website one. Okay, so for generations, or I read to them, okay, of health professionals, the physician assessment has been a vital source for current, trusted, and credible drug prescribing information. Yeah, but I will remind them that we are not drugs, we are supplements, just that we are pharmaceutical supplements, so we are natural. Okay, yeah. So in 2018, right? It's actually they no longer have a physical book, right? So it's called prescriber digital reference, also called PDL lah. Okay, so this is where I show that so this is how PDL looks like now, because go green, right? No more physical book. Okay, so I said, so I will show them this is you can get this from the website. Okay, you can just pdl.net, you can actually go and search. Okay, so this is the part I will demo to them. Okay, demo to them. Okay, that our products are listed inside. Of course, I will focus on Ageloc lah. So I put a hyperlink in my website, right? In my deck, right? So you all just click on this hyperlink. Okay, you will launch the PDL website. Okay, so this is a live PDL website. Sarah, can you see? Can you see the PDL website?
Can see.
Can see, okay. So this is the live PDL website. So this I will on the spot show them. You see Ageloc. Search. Okay, so I say, so this our Ageloc series means a product with so-called gene technology. So based on your needs, what kind of solution you need. So Meta, okay, is called Reset here. So it's for metabolic health, and then R Square is our TCM product, okay, with ginseng, everything, right? Is for energy and sleep. No, then these ones are our very popular and famous weight management 90 days program, and then youth, okay, our which is called Span in Singapore. So, of course, like I said, I already scanned them on S3, right? And I also put them on the Omron, right? So if I want to close this person TR90, in fact, ST, we standardize all close TR90 first, correct? Try out. We always is our so-called baseline product, so I will always demo using the TR90. So I said, for example, I show you TR90, okay. Our 90 days program. You click under prescribing information. Okay, then here, so see, here you will see all the things that is about our this 90-day program. So you can see to show them it's natural. You see the ingredients, you see? So it's not drug. I remind again. I still remember I closed I think Sarah will know, I closed this pilot agent. Some of you all know him, right? He bought one of the main reasons he bought is because of PDL. Because he flies to US quite often. He actually seen this book before. He was very impressed, but he keeps saying, wow, so are you sure there's no drugs inside? Because I don't believe in drugs. He took our product because he don't believe in drugs. So he bought, initially I do a Zoom presentation, hopefully because he's the one paying to close the wife. In the end, because of this the presentation of PDR, he bought the TR90 for himself and the wife. Or Sarah will know this. I did it over Zoom. He was then impressed. He said, wow, to be able to list it on a drug reference means you all must be very, very credible. And of course, most importantly, safe. So you can see the ingredients here are all the natural, right? Then I'll say, you see, for example, even here, right? You see, you see they mentioned TR90 is a gene expression research. You see, Ageloc TR90. So you see, right? You cannot anyhow write claims here when you cannot prove. I always tell my customer this, okay? Which is why listed on PDR is very important. Okay, so I mentioned, right, it's a genetic product, right? Yeah. Other products using genetic. Yeah. Okay, so this is a PDR. Okay. Okay, so depend on what product you want to close, then you will go into so for anti-aging, I go to youth law. So same thing like you. Let's say I show you youth. So they also write all the benefits and overall health, which later I'll touch on also in my next segment. Okay, yeah. So let me go back to my deck. Okay. So basically, right, I'll end with this. Okay, I'll end. This is the last part of it. Then that's where if I got time with them, right, I will sometimes at this point of time they will already ask me, hey, tell me more about this, tell me more about that. Yeah, that's where I then bring up the actual presentation. So the PDR, right? I mean this Pharmanex deck, right, is give people a general view that this Pharmanex are very different. It's like never heard before, like quite legit, and then so they more or less when you announce a price, right? okay, they not so surprised, but some still surprised, of course, because they have not been used to getting supplement at this level. So this one is a very good tier of our product. Okay, so that when but you can also do this during your review phase. That means after you do a report review. Sometimes during test kit collection or sample, right? They do not give you so much time to so-called share all this kind of stuff. Or this deck, I can do it in less than 30 minutes, as you all can see, right? So because here is like somehow I include my explanation. So this deck, in less than 30 minutes, right? You give a very good overall view of what is Pharmanex. Okay. Then after I got time, then we zoom into the actual product presentation, like the one I'm going to do next, right? The OPP for Wellbeing Pack. Okay. Yeah. So I think before I move to the next segment, right? Okay. So we do the first Q&A here. Okay. The first Q&A here. So anyone here want to ask me any question regarding this flow? Okay. Like how to, because some people ask me, how come Jerry can close? Or in fact, not only me, I think a lot of us already can start